Hi guys! So first off, we are not in my studio, but we are in my own home. This is just my living room. I just wanted to mix it up a little bit and shoot in a different environment. Now, today's tutorial, I'm so excited to share with you guys because I decided to introduce you to my longtime assistant and friend, Hannah Biddle. She really isn't my assistant anymore, but she does work with me on all my YouTube shoots, and I'm just so proud of her. She has become this beautiful makeup artist. She's so good at what she does, and I wanted all of you guys to meet her, and I wanted you guys to see what she can do. And she knows my face so well. I mean, she's seen me, she's been with me for so long, and she knows exactly the kind of makeup I like. And this is what she created today, and this is the kind of makeup I love. This is the kind of makeup I wear during the day, for a meeting, for work, for going out. I just feel comfortable in this makeup. So keep on watching and meet Hannah.
Hi everybody, I'm so excited to be here today. I'm usually on the other side of the camera working, but Monika asked me to do a tutorial, so I was a little bit nervous but so flattered. I'll be doing Monika's makeup, so I'm going to be teaching you how to wear a coral lip. Coral is one of my favorite colors to wear on the lip, and there are so many different ways of doing it. So I'm going to be showing you a way that I love to wear coral, and keep on watching. Hope you enjoy. So we already prepped Monika's skin with this really cool line called INTRACEUTICALS. I'm going to have Monika show because this is her thing.
I just discovered this brand, and they actually came over to my house, and I got a oxygen facial, and I am obsessed with these three products. One is a serum, and one is a gel. What's the gel like? It's like
a hyaluronic acid serum, it feels like.
Yeah, and then the third one is a cream. And I just love the combination, and I love the way how my skin
looks so good.
Looks afterwards. So that's what I used.
So I'm going to begin by using two foundations, Koh Gendo and Armani Luminous Silk. And they're two of my favorites.
Two of my favorites.
And I like to use this little custom blend because of the two different tones in the foundation. I just find it just works well on you. And the texture of both of these is just so nice. It doesn't, you know, cake up your skin or anything. It looks really natural, and it's buildable. So, and we both said we think maybe either we had a little breakout or something. So
it's funny because I'm really blessed with really good skin. I'm so lucky. Also, I've changed my diet since the last 3 months, so I feel like my skin has been really good. But today, for some reason, like I have a few little breakouts, which is very unusual for me.
I've never seen it on you ever.
So I'm actually excited that I have breakouts because everyone always is asking on YouTube like how to cover blemishes, and you know, like I would love to get a model who has acne or has,
hard, though.
You know, it's hard. I mean, it's not easy to find someone who also is willing to come on camera and really bear it all down and let me do that. So if there's anyone out there, maybe someone wants to model for me, and we could do like a tutorial on just acne skin.
But usually you have nothing on your skin. You never wear makeup, like hardly ever.
People always ask me this too. They're like, when should I wear makeup and when should I give my skin a breather? I'm just talking out of my own experience because I do have to be on camera sometimes, and I do have to go to work and be representable of myself. But when I'm home with the kids and I just like try not to wear anything. Like on the days I'm home and I'm just around and going to the grocery store, I don't need to be pretty for anyone in the grocery store. So I kind of like...
Or yoga.
Or yoga, yeah, exactly. Use those days when I know that I don't have a crazy schedule. I kind of let my skin breathe and not wear any makeup. And I feel like that really helps.
And it looks good on you. You could really rock a no makeup look, I feel. You do that well.
Oh, thank you. I feel, though, I have to say, when I was in my 30s, I literally sometimes did not wear a stitch of makeup. And it really, really, for some reason, I feel like I was able to rock it. I feel like now in my 40s, or I'm in my late 40s, is that absolutely no makeup doesn't work anymore. I feel like I need to
A
wear
little cheap.
a little something.
Yeah. Well, the makeup I'm going to do on you today, I feel like is very you. It's very Monica. And it's also achievable. I know like a lot of you at home don't have all of these makeup products and all these eyeshadow palettes, but you don't need to. All you need is a couple really good eyeshadows and a great foundation that matches your complexion, because we all know if you have the wrong color of like foundation, it ages you.
Yeah.
It could really, really age you.
Definitely foundation is something which can age you, and I think hair color can age you. I always say that
You
if
know
your
all
hair
about
color is wrong, and I'm very blessed because I go to the best colorist in town. Her name is Tracy Cunningham. But if your color is wrong with your hair or your foundation,
It could age
can
you.
put you back 10 years or forward 10 years.
Okay, so now I'm going to use my Laura Mercier concealer to just go onto those little tiny areas that Monica has a teeny breakout. And I'm using this little art brush here, and I'm just going to dab. This is the teeniest little brush, and I love it.
Hannah, I gotta tell you that when I do use the Laura Mercier, it's also both of our favorites.
Yeah.
But a lot of people in the comments always have problems with this product because it is, I think it's very intimidating. It's harder, you know. So maybe give them a tip on how maybe to soften it a little bit.
Well, I think that's part of why we love it so much, because we know it'll last all day on the skin. So using it in tiny areas like this is, I think, how I would use this product. If you want to use it over larger areas, I would mix it in with maybe a moisturizer.
Or a little bit of foundation.
Or even like foundation to give it that tiny bit more like slip, if you will.
Yeah.
Next, I'm going to move into eyebrows. I'm going to use this eyebrow pencil by Benefit, and it has an angled tip. Some people love it, others don't. I love it because it's really quick. And I'm using the color number 2. So first, I'm just going to like brush up Monica's brows. I know Monica's brows so well. And I think her eyebrows are so cute, and they have a really good shape. So I'm not going to change anything about the shape. I'm just going to maybe enhance them a little bit more. So I begin right here and draw this line. So I have a base and an anchor to the brow. And then I just keep on brushing up. And this look, because it is about a lip, so I do want to balance out like the bold lip and the eyebrows. So I'm not going to do a crazy brow, but I will make these a little bit fuller. Next, I'm going to use a clear eyebrow gel just to set Monica's brows into place. This one is by MAC. There are so many good ones out there. I know you love the Anastasia one, but I love the MAC one too.
Yeah,
so
I like that one too.
Right? I'm going to move on to eyes. So
Okay.
I'm going to use a paint pot. This one is kind of like a peachy, creamy, pinky color.
Paint Pot by MAC?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great color.
Yeah, and it's called Perky. And I always love when I get the opportunity to use it because I love the color.
Oh, Perky! I've never seen this.
You're gonna love it. Yeah.
I'm learning something new. I love it.
And if you close, and this, I love any kind of like warmth on Monica's eyes. I really love. So anything, you know, with like an apricot or pink tone, I think just looks so nice. And I know it's going to work well with the coral lip I'm gonna do. So I always have that in mind. I kind of have an idea of like where I'm going to go, and then I just kind of like coordinate all the shades on the face to, you know, complement each other and work well together. So I'm just going to use this as a base. I'm going to blend it a little bit past the eyebrow, the socket, to give it a little bit more depth, and just blend that really well. Next, I'm going to go in with another cream shadow. This one is by Chanel. It's kind of a golden browny bronzy shade, and I'm going to use this on a 239 by MAC brush, and just use this in the outer corners near the lash line in the outer corners to add more shape and definition. And I personally love to do a cream shadow and then see where everything is going and then work with the powder over top. I don't know, that's just how I've always done it, and I love cream shadows, and it gives a different kind of, you know, texture to the eye, And I feel like I could work in layers, and I really, really like to do that. So if you could see the eye that has the extra cream shadow on it, it just gives it like a little bit more shape and definition. And I like to do that really slowly and gradually. So I begin right here on the outer half on the lash line and kind of just like work that up. So now moving on to eyeshadow, I'm going to use this eyeshadow palette by Tarte. And it has all these really great eyeshadow colors in there. Most of them are matte, and then you have some ones that are shimmery. It's really pretty. And you have cool and warm tones, which I love.
And a little shimmer.
Matte and some shimmer. Nice. So I think I'm going to go in with these two colors right here, Innocent and Whimsy, on a Hakuhodo brush. I'm going to use the darker color again on the outer corners, because I'm slowly building that eye. And I feel like matte eyeshadows always go on a little bit darker than we anticipate, like it just did now. So just blend that out. But I love the undertone. It's really warm, almost like a burnt orange color. And so, especially on Monika's eyes, because I like to have all the color on the outer corners and the lash line, I always like begin there, and then I move inwards so that it's not too heavy. Next, I'm going to use this. It's a cream eyeshadow. It's by Pure Minerals, and it's an eye polish. That's what it's called. And if you look at it, it has like a net in it, and it's just this really, really shiny eyeshadow. It's
almost like a cream eyeshadow and an eye gloss at the same time.
Yeah, but I like this one because it sets. It doesn't move. So after you place it, it doesn't move. And I'm going to use it on this tiny little eyeshadow brush by Chanel, itty bitty. And I'm going to use this just behind the eyelashes, because I don't think I'm going to use an eyeliner. So if you close, I'm going to add this little twinkle, not all the way across, but just here, because it'll kind of bring like a light to the eye. And just add this little extra. Now I'm going to use a mascara primer. I really, really love these products. I use them all the time. This one is by L'Oreal. It is the best one out there on the market. I've tried all of them. So the mascara primer gives a little bit more of a volume to the eyelashes. And it helps your mascara to last all day. I know that I'm that person who has oily lids, and mascara does not last on me. So when I use this, my mascara does not smudge or run, and it lasts all day.
That's such a good tip.
Yeah. And then for that, I'm going to use this mascara by STILA. It has a big brush, but I find it's easy to maneuver. So I really love it. So if you look down again and then turn towards me. And with mascara, I really like to get most of that at the root of the lashes, so it kind of looks like an eyeliner if you get so close. And that's where you want all the darkness anyway. And the ends of the lashes you want to be a little bit more like fluttery and light. And then underneath the eyes, I'm just going to add a tiny bit more of that creamy paint pot I added earlier on the lower lash line, just to give a tiny bit of definition. If you look upwards, I'm just going to go right underneath here. This is a Polidorf brush, my favorite brush in the world, and you can't buy it anymore. I'm so sad. Oh yeah, I know, it's so good, but it's so sad. So it kind of looks like, when you look at the color, you're like, how is that going to look good on my eyes? And you know what, like Monika's eyes are hazel, and it just works on your eye color. Then I'm going to do one more thing on the lower lash line, because I love to layer. I'm going to go back in with that Innocent eyeshadow I used earlier on a teeny brush. This one's also by Hakuhodo. And just use that underneath near the lash line. Because I'm not going to use any eyeliner. And this just adds the tiny bit of definition on the outer corners. I'm going to use this Maybelline mascara. It's a brown mascara, and I'm going to use that on the lower lash line because I don't want it to look too harsh. And I know that, Monika, you don't love a whole lot of mascara on you on the lower lash line.
That's such a great tip, to do brown on the bottom.
So I love brown, and I love this Maybelline mascara. This is my new favorite drugstore mascara.
It's great. I just got it too.
It's so good.
It's really good.
And it has a really nice, it kind of smells like,
oh my gosh. So good.
It smells so good.
It's really nice. I've been using it the last couple of times.
Good.
It's great.
So I love that. I'm gonna.
That was a really good tip what you just did.
Oh.
She just wiped off her mascara on her hand.
Much is on there.
Yeah. Or you could use a Kleenex.
Yeah.
But especially for the bottom lashes, it's really nice to do.
So if you look, I'm gonna like literally add the tiniest amount, and I'm gonna hold the brush like vertically.
That's such a good tip.
Okay, next I'm gonna go in with this concealer, and I put all 3 of these in a palette. It's by Benefit, and it's a creamy corrector, and so it's like a peachy tone. And I'm gonna use this underneath the eyes, just in the hollows, like the dips of Monika's under eye area. A lot of us have that, so I'm gonna use a little brush like this. And if you look upwards, I'm really just going in that area.
Where I'm the most dark.
Yep.
This is an example of a product I gave her, and it is so good that I'm so mad that I gave it away, and now she has it in a palette. Because FYI, I want it back.
Now I'm going to go in with a NARS concealer. I know this is our favorite. Everyone loves this one in the color Custard, and this is your color.
Perfect color for me.
Yeah. And then I like to use it on the back of my hand and then work from that, so that's what I'm going to do. And I don't like to go too close to the lash line. I like, because then I don't want to cover up all that eyeshadow work I did there. And then I blend it down. I think I use more concealer than most people would expect. And then I tap it in like this because I feel like it blends really easily. You could also use a beauty blender.
It's nice to do it with your hands.
It warms it up.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of people out there do their concealer just underneath here, and then you kind of have this line, and you kind of look like a raccoon in a sense. And then so I always like to really blend it out with this brush here. I mean, it's the power of concealer. It's that one product. I have a dozen concealers, and I just love concealers because it just can change the face. So I just love concealer.
It can just really warm up everything, and it can make you look younger and fresh, and it looks like I got some sleep last night, even I didn't. Definitely very powerful makeup product.
I know, all of us need concealer, every single one of us. I just kind of went around in different areas in Monika's face and used that custard like right here, under the eyes, around the nose, and on the chin. And now I'm going to use a setting powder. This one is by MERCIER, and it's meant to be used under the eye because it's so lightweight, it weighs nothing, and it can never get cakey. So I feel like on Monika, this is perfect for you.
It's very finely milled.
Very, very finely milled, and I just kind of
And you don't feel like you're wearing powder.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
So I just kind of do that under the eye. And I've layered this powder again and again, and it never cakes up or looks too powdery. So I could be a little bit more generous with this powder because I know it's not going to get cakey. And then I'll move on to my other powder I use all over the face. This one is by Jane Iredale.
It's a natural line.
It's a natural line, and I love it, and I've used almost all of it.
Why do you like it so much?
The same reason. It never gets too cakey.
It has a little color to it.
It has a tiny bit of color.
Like peach almost.
A little bit peachy, you're right. But I find that it is a mattifying powder, but it doesn't make you look like a dead matte. Like it still has like a satin finish, I would say. So then I just go over all the areas where I put that extra concealer. Next, I'm going to add a little bit of bronzer to Monika's complexion after I've added all the concealer and the foundation, just to add a little bit more glow and dimension. The Bobbi Brown No. 2 bronzer. It has no shine. It's completely matte, and a big fluffy brush here by Chanel. I'm not going to do any contouring on you. You don't need it. And I don't really like contouring that much unless you absolutely have to. So I just kind of begin here.
I like that it's matte, this bronzer. That's why I use it.
Yeah.
And I think it's also for my age, you know, it is always better to use less shimmer. And I like to stick to more matte products. And like you said, you can always add more shimmer afterwards if you feel like it.
Usually I would add a cheek color and then lip, except for today, I'm going to do a bold lip. So I'm going to see how the lip is and then add on your cheek color.
And sometimes it's okay not to use blush.
Exactly.
I feel like
you don't always need it.
you don't always need
I know.
blush.
So I'm going to use a few different lipsticks, and I'm going to layer, and I'm going to see where we go. So this one here is by Armani, and these textures are really sheer and creamy. So I'm going to begin with this, and then I'll add matte. So this one is like a corally pink color. It's really bright. So I'm just going to go straight for it. And this one, it's going to look really, really juicy, which is what I want. And then if you press your lips together, again and again, and then yes. So this is where I feel like I'm going to really take my time. So now I'm going to go in with this Bobbi Brown color.
So good.
I'm obsessed with these.
Very good.
And the color is called Watermelon. And it's a texture that I can't really, there's not many lipsticks
Feels
out
so
there.
comfortable on the lip.
It's so comfortable. You could layer and add more and add more.
Pretty.
I just love it. And this one's going to go just right in the center, sort of, to add a little bit more like depth right there. And I'm not worrying about the outer edges as much. I'm going to fix that and clean that up. Yep, and then go for it again. And then now I'm going to take my art brush, and then I'll go in and kind of move this lipstick around, because it's not matte, so it still moves. And then this is how I like to apply lipstick. I just love to do it this way. So now we have a pink base, and I want to add an orangey tone because if you do orange and pink, then you get coral. And corals for me are tricky, because if it's too orange and too warm, it's not going to work with this look, I feel. So I want it to have a pink undertone. So I'm going to just like make my own coral in a sense. Last lipstick, this is by Marc Jacobs. I adore their lipsticks. And I love how you can see what the color is without even having to open up the
Such a cute packaging.
It's so cute. And this one is your orange.
That's my color.
So I have on like my pink here, and then I'm going to go in with the orange, just in the center to give it that coral. So just a little, and then I go right here. I don't know how to I just like having a matte in the center of the lip. It gives a little bit more like weight, if you will. Yeah, now this looks like a two-toned lip, but I'm going to blend it out. So you get that orange tone right in the center. And then when you blend it in with the pink, it gives it that coral tone, which is exactly what I want. So I'm going to use that orangey color again on my art brush. And just dab it right here in the center. After I've done all of that, I just go one last time and dab it right here, because it gives it more color and more depth. And then when you look at the lip, it doesn't it doesn't look orange or pink. It kind of looks like multi-dimensional. So I just go right here in the center and just keep on doing that. And you could use a matching lip liner and go all the way around and make it a really nice big and full lip, but you already have a big and full lip, and I don't think you really need that.
And I kind of it's more modern to me like this. When it's too
Yeah.
perfect and the liner, and then it becomes like red lipstick, and this way it feels more like lived in.
It looks, yeah. And then I'm going to use a lip pencil here. It's rosy. It's kind of the color of your lip as it is naturally. And I'll just go right around the edges, and this is going to be to kind of clean up and just perfect that outer edge. And then last but not least, I will add a tiny bit of cheek color. So after I saw, after the lipstick is on, I think it needs a tiny bit more on the cheek without it being too bright. So I'm going to pop a little bit of this on the back of my hand. So this is a cream blush. It's called Dusk, and it's by Glossier.
Love this.
And these are the new Rage. And then I use a brush like this. I just kind of work it into my hand, so I know that I'm not going to over apply it.
Cream blush works really well on me. I feel like it makes my skin look more youthful.
It's healthy.
Healthy without, trying too hard. I love it. I think it works really well for women in my age, in their 40s, late 40s, I have to say now.
So I just kind of sweep this across the cheek.
Mm-hmm.
I don't focus, I personally don't try to focus too much here. It can make, I don't know, some people it doesn't work. If it works on you, go for it. I like to kind of push it a little bit more
backwards.
And I really go all over the cheek. And then if I think like it looks too much, I'll just take a little brush like this by Real Techniques and just kind of smooth out the edges and take away any excess and pat it in and make sure it's like become part of the skin now. And then like that way I feel like you can never overdo your cream blush. So all of you ladies out there who have never tried cream blush, I think you should give it a shot because look at the skin. It just looks like it's real. So I'm just gonna softly blend out those edges. And now I feel like the whole look came together with that little like peachy blush. And I feel like the makeup is completely done. So I hope you like it.
I love it. I already peeked and I'm so happy with it. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
You are awesome. Thank you so much for this great makeup look,
This is
Hannah.
so much fun.
Love it. Thank you.